Hi guys, and I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be teaching you guys how to write an introduction for an inspector calls. And the thing is about introductions is you can actually use the same introduction for every essay. The only thing that you'd need to change is your thesis statement. So there's just a few things that you have to remember that have to do with context that you'd have to keep the same, but apart from that you could literally use the same introduction. Okay, so today we've got 3 learning objectives. 1 is to understand what is needed to write an introduction. 2 is to write a successful introduction. And 3 is to include context in our introductions. Writing an introduction is pretty simple, but you need to have some knowledge of context before you get started, and you need to have read the play. But what structure do we follow? So the easiest way for me to remember how to write an introduction is who, what, when, why, and thesis statement. So 5 things. Before we get started, I want you guys to answer 4 questions. These are just to jog your memories just a little bit, and this will help you remember some context to put into your introduction. So the first question is, who wrote an inspector calls? The second question, what year was it published? The third question, what is the play about? And the fourth question, why did the author write the play? I want you to pause this, and once you've finished, I want you to unpause this, and then I'll give you guys the answers. Okay, so number 1, the author of the play is J.B. Priestley. Number 2, the play was written in 1945. Number 3, the play is about an inspector who interrogates a family who have all contributed in some way to the death of a young girl. And number 4, J.B. Priestley wrote this play because he wanted to share his socialist views and show how society should be responsible for one another. Okay guys, so I'm going to give you a focus question, just a random question. How does J.B. Priestley present his views of social responsibility throughout the play? So I'm just giving you guys a question because in order to write your introduction and the thesis statement, you would need a question. I want you guys to firstly start off by explaining who wrote the play and when. Next, I want you to explain briefly what happens in the play. Then I want you guys to explain why the author wrote it and what was happening at this particular time in society. And then number 4, I want you to write a thesis statement. And for those of you who do not know what a thesis statement is, it is when you directly answer the question, using maybe 1 or 2 sentences. So using the information that I've given you, I want you guys to try and write an introduction, and then I want you to pause this, write down your introduction, and once you've finished, I want you to unpause it and I'll show you my introduction so you guys can kind of compare what you've done to what I've done. Okay guys, so I got down J.B. Priestley wrote an Inspector Calls in 1945. The play is a post-war drama but is set in the run-up to World War I. The play involves an inspector who interrogates a family who have all contributed in some way towards the death of a young woman. J.B. Priestley hails socialist views but offers the audience a chance to witness how people are treated and what consequences our actions can have. J.B. Priestley presents his views on social responsibility in several ways throughout the play, through characters and the roles they held within their occupation. So the last bit, where I said, J.B. Priestley presents his views on social responsibility in several ways throughout the play, through characters and the roles they held within their occupation. That is the thesis statement, because what I'm doing is I'm directly answering the question. So in my example, I've got when he wrote an Inspector Calls. I've got down who wrote it, J.B. Priestley. I've written that it's a post-war drama, but it is set in the run-up to World War I. I've explained briefly what it is about, and I've explained why J.B. Priestley has also written the play. All of this I've done before adding in my thesis statement. And that's how simple it is to write an introduction. So I hope this video was useful guys, and if you're not too sure, don't hesitate to drop me a message on social media and I'll put that down below for you guys to see it. And remember, you can use the same introduction for different essays. All you have to do is change the thesis statement. I hope it was helpful guys. Take care. Bye.